Archiving started.
This is Lesson 9, Oral Recognition of Intervals. This lesson is going to be presented not as an interactive, but just as something that I hope will help you with the Lesson 9 oral intervals. A lot of you have expressed concern that you can't identify the intervals, and that's to be expected if you don't have very much knowledge of this. And don't worry about it too much. I want you to try to do your best. I want you to try to gain some knowledge of this, but I do not expect for you to be an expert in this. What I'd like for you to do is to try to hear some of these intervals. I would like for you to put a little effort into it, and I'm going to be looking mostly for effort in the grades, not in perfection. So with that said, I'm just going to kind of wing this. I'm doing it quickly so that you may have some time left before these assignments are due to get a little bit of help. So I'm just going to go through what the assignment is and kind of help you hear some of these intervals, I hope. First of all, on the content page of Lesson 9, these intervals are shown visually on the staff. And in a moment, I'm going to go through those and kind of give you a little slower review of those intervals. And also on that content page, there are two links to documents. And those documents, one is called Songs for Interval Recognition, and the other one is Melodies Used for Interval Recognition. And those may be helpful to you. I'm going to be using those myself tonight to try to give some examples of some of these intervals. So as you try to identify the intervals, you might want to use those documents also. Assignment 9-3A is on pages 134 and 135 in the textbook. And I'm also going to go through that in a couple of moments. But first of all, in the Lesson 9 DL lesson on the content page, there are examples of intervals, visual, and also there are audio files on there. So what I thought I might do is to go through those intervals a little bit slower and give some more examples of what those would be. The first interval that you're going to see on that page is that of a perfect fifth, and then it's inverted into a perfect fourth. But first of all, I'm going to play what the perfect fifth sounds like. Now, when you hear that, some of you are having a little bit trouble relating to what I'm talking about as far as using songs to recognize that. And I am going to use my singing voice to try to explain that to you. So whenever I play those two notes, what I'm thinking in my brain is, what does that sound like? What song does it sound like? How can I use a song to help me identify that? And the song that I'm thinking of when I do that is Twinkle, Twinkle. If you hear that, Twinkle, Twinkle, that would be a perfect fifth. There are other songs, and that document has a list of other songs that would help you recognize also. The next one that is listed there is a perfect fourth. Perfect fourth, generally, when people are trying to recognize a perfect fourth, there's a song that comes to mind. I'm going to play the perfect fourth first. Again, the perfect fourth is. The most common song used to recognize the perfect fourth is Here Comes the Bride. Did you hear that? Here comes. The first two notes are the perfect fourth. And when we're talking about intervals, on the page, on the content page, it shows you a certain note there. But it doesn't matter which note you begin on as long as you are using the number of half steps that you need for that interval. And that's how all of this interrelates into keys and being able to raise a key or lower a key to accommodate a singing voice. That might have been a little bit low for me if I was singing this perfect fit. Here comes the bride. Now, if I want to start it on a different note, this is just kind of a sidebar on this, but I could start it on a higher note, and it might suit my voice better. Is it going to still be a perfect fourth? Yes, it is. I'm going to do it on these two notes now. Listen again. Here comes the bride. So that gives you an idea of how the song can help you recognize. There also is perfect octave there. Perfect octave. I'm going to go through the songs a little bit later, but perfect octave, that's an octave. The octave, that means 8 notes, so that's an interval of an 8. And if you have an octave, it's going to be one note to the very same note, either an octave higher or an octave lower. It's very wide in between there because there are a lot of different pitches in there. So to sing that is kind of difficult because it is such a gap in between it. Like I said, I'm going to go through some of these in a moment. That's an octave. Okay, the other ones I'm going to go through here that are listed on that page. A major second. Here's a major second. There are a lot of different songs for that. Here's a major third. You hear a little hesitation once in a while. I'm trying to use an online keyboard so that you can hear these, so not perfect. Like I said, I'm kind of winging this. Here's a major 6. As you can tell, I'm going through the major intervals first now. Here's a major 6. You can hear the distance between the notes get wider. A major 7th. The next line in that content page goes through the major interval compared to the minor interval. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to play the major interval and then the minor interval and kind of compare those, how those sound. This is a major second. Again, this is the major second. Here is a minor second. As you've been constructing intervals, you have been using that list, and you will hear, you will see there like the number of half steps that are involved in constructing the intervals. So you know that a minor second is a half step, one half step, and a major second is two half steps. So here's the minor second, here's the major second. Okay, here's a major third and a minor third. Major third. That's 4 half steps. A minor third is 3 half steps. I've already gone through the perfect intervals. Let's see here. Okay, a major 6 and a minor 6. So here's a major 6 and a minor 6. That's the major 6. And 1 half step smaller interval, the minor 6. Major 7 and a minor 7. These are some of the more dissonant sounding. A major 7th is a very dissonant sounding interval. Here's the major 7th again. Here's the minor 7th. Minor 7, major 7. Okay, so those are the ones that are listed on the page. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to use the songs for interval recognition. I'm going to try to show you some of those with a song, and you will excuse my singing voice, but I'm going to try to show you either by playing or by singing what some of these intervals are. If you will just go through with me, I'm going to start and go in order. I'm going to start with a minor second. A minor second is a half step. Now, one song that's used for the minor second to help you hear what that is Jaws, and that is a very distinctive kind of a sound to it. I'm going to do it an octave lower because it'll sound a little bit more true to the song Jaws. So you hear that closeness of one half step, another song here, if you know, if you're a Beatles fan, you might know this one. It's been a hard day's night. That one's a little more obscure, but you might recognize that. The next one, a major second. Major second, A song that's used a lot of times for that is Happy Birthday. It's the first two notes of that song. Happy birthday. And then it goes back down to the major second. Day, happy birthday. Another one is Frère Jacques. Frère Jacques, or Are You Sleeping? Whatever it is. It's the first two notes of that. Frère. And then your brain will go ahead and sing the rest of it. There are several others there listed in those documents. A minor third. The Brahms lullaby is used a lot of times to help recognize the minor third. Let's see if you can. So the words to that are usually used are lullaby and good night. That's that interval of a minor third. Another one for that one would be, let me think of what this might work. Green flute. Alas, my love. First two notes again. Alas. I believe those are the words. It's also used as a Christmas song, I believe. Whoops. Alas, my love, you do me wrong. That's the first two notes. Okay, major third. Major third is one of the most common intervals used in Western Hemisphere music. Here is a major third, what it sounds like. A couple of songs that might help you hear that. Oh, when the sea, first two notes. Oh, when the sea go marching in. Again. Oh, when. Another one for that one would be maybe Kumbaya, if you knew that, if you know that song. Kumbaya, Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. There's the major third. Kumbaya. Again, this is just help to get you started to be able to hear some of these intervals. After you do it for a while, after you get them in your brain, you might not need to use the song, but I still use the song. It triggers something in my brain to help me remember what's going on and what interval it actually is. Here's a perfect fourth. Again, I did that one before using Here Comes the Bride. Here comes the bride. This is the perfect voice. Here comes the bride. Another one would be Elvis sang. Love me tender. But again, it's the first two notes of that song. Love me tender, love me, or Here comes the bride. Perfect fifth. I did the perfect fifth before with Twinkle, Twinkle Little Star. That's probably the easiest one to hear. I'm going to do this starting on a different note. Twinkle, 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 twinkle. That's the perfect fifth. note and sing a perfect fifth. Is it still a perfect fifth? Yes. It's just started on a different note. So I just sang it on these two notes, which happen to be D and A, up to A. I'm going to start it on B flat this time. Twinkle, twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle. Here it is back on the D again. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Doesn't matter what note you start on, as long as you sing the interval or you play it or you know it's the correct number of half steps. Okay, here is a minor sixth. Some of you might not be familiar with this song. This is Go Down Moses, but try it again. That's the minor sixth. And the words are, when Israel was in Egypt's land. First two notes. When Israel. Another song you might know, I'm not sure if you would know it or not, is Love Story. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? That interval, the minor sixth is going down, and then it's coming right back up to the same note, minor sixth. Part of the entertainer, the third and the fourth notes of the entertainer. There it is, and that song, if you know, are familiar with that. A major sixth. Again, these are getting wider and wider apart. The distance between the notes getting wider. A common one to do this one is the NBC theme song. NBC. So it's the first two. NBC. And then it drops down. NBC. Or dashing, dashing through the snow, dashing. Another one, Jingle Bells, the first part of Jingle Bells. A minor seventh. Again, I told you that a minor seventh is just a more distant sounding. You are a West Side Story person, if you know that musical. There's a place for us. First two notes. There's then a major seventh. This one. Major seventh. A couple of the songs are the Superman theme, which I can't sing. Valley High, which is from the musical South Pacific. Valley High will find you. That's way over far apart. It's harder to sing And then of the perfect octave, or the perfect eighth, which is an octave, most of the time people can recognize that by singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Another song is the Christmas song. Chestnuts roasting on a fire. It's the first two notes. I believe I went through all of those. I know it's really difficult for some of you to hear the intervals. It's difficult enough to construct the intervals using the half steps and trying to figure out augmented interval and a diminished interval or whatever. But listening to the intervals and recognizing them, that's a whole other thing. And again, what I'm interested in is you understanding and trying at least to hear a couple of them. Probably the easiest two to recognize are the perfect fifth and the perfect fourth, just because of the songs that are used on those. So even if you could recognize those two, that kind of gives you a start. Maybe even a major third. The major third is another one that from the halls of Montezuma. If you can remember a couple of the songs and put that together, that might get you on your way. I want you to try your best on the assignment, which is, I believe it's 9-3A. What I'm going to do for you now is I'm going to play, I would like for you to try to play the songs that are listed on 134 and 135 of your book. That's assignment 9-3A. I'm going to try to play them. It's kind of hard for me to get the right rhythm using this online keyboard, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. It lists some different songs, and then what I ask you to do is try to tell me what song that you think it is that is actually notated on 134 and 135. So I'm going to play them for you. Again, when you do this assignment, I'm looking for effort, looking for you trying to figure out what they are if you possibly can. Some of them you might not know. Okay, this is the first one at the top of page 134. This is a minor second, and on these you have to notice where the minor second is. It shows that with the little house top there. So the minor second on the first example is between the second and third note. That's ascending, and then it's between the fourth and the fifth note, descending. It's also in a couple other places. But I'm going to play this one for you. Here is the minor second tune. Actually, I'm going to play a lower octave so I can probably play all the notes here. Not the greatest playing. Again, I'm trying to use this keyboard so you can actually hear this. I've kind of got it rigged so that I hope that it's working anyway. Okay, here is a major second, the tune for a major second. Pointing out the major seconds between the first two notes. a minor third, a major third, oops, let me do that one again, major third again. Okay, perfect fourth. An augmented fourth, perfect fifth, minor sixth, a major sixth, a minor seventh, major seventh, and the perfect eighth, which is the same song but a different spot. For the major seventh, it's where it comes down to the third note. So this is the major seventh, right there, third note, goes an octave, and then it comes back down to the major seventh. And for the perfect eighth, it's the same thing. There's the octave, and then it comes back down to the major seventh. Okay, again, I hope this just gives you a little taste of aural intervals, and there are several different websites in the Webliography on the BL lesson site there that give practice and listening for aural intervals, and then also on your eMusic theory lessons, you're going to have to identify them. So just do the best you can. Try to get an idea of them. even if you can hear the space, if you can hear if it's a larger interval or a more close together interval, that might be something that you would go for if you can't hear the exact interval. Anyway, do your best, give some effort on this, and I'll be looking for effort in the assignment. Thank you very much.
Archive recording.